Broadcast. Oh, baby. Bang. I want to welcome everyone to Global Markets Radio. Got the mixer back on, so we'll get that buzzer going every day now. I want to welcome everyone to Global Markets Radio Daily Recap. I'm your host, Andrew Spanton, 4 p.m. Eastern, November the 7th, 2011. What a day. What a day. What a nothing day. Not if you trade the Swiss franc. Oh, baby, the Swissy moving big time. SocGen, Societe Generale, saying it's going to 130, that the SNB, the Swiss National Bank, is going to lower their target. Worried about inflation, deflation. We get Hildebrand speaking tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. That's a big, big speech. Because if he does talk about possibly, remember, pretty much the Swiss National Bank has said 120 to 125 on Euro Swiss. If he goes up to 130, oh baby, to the moon. Everything. You look at pound Swiss. You look at a lot of these other charts. We're looking at the dollar index right now, and as far as numbers that came out last night, hopefully you had a great weekend. We did have some numbers coming out. It was daylight savings time. Lost an hour. Fall back. But really, the numbers that came out last night, really the one that was the most, I guess, Halifax House Price Index in London up 1.2% with a revision that was higher. That's pretty good. Investor confidence in Europe collapsing, but we know that. Eurozone retail sales collapsing, down 0.7%. German industrial production falling off a cliff, down 2.7%. Not good. EFSF had an auction. Low demand. It was terrible. ECB Stark said crisis will be under control within 2 years. That doesn't help us tonight, does it? Or for the year-end rally, does it? But I believe we get another German, there's going to be a new German prime minister, I believe, tonight. That could be interesting. And we do have some numbers that are coming out that should, move the markets. We did have consumer credit coming out of the U.S. at $7.4 billion. That's pretty good. It was supposed to be $5.1 billion, so people are spending. Remember, last month's consumer credit number collapsed down 9.7%. And then, of course, we get trade balance coming out of Australia. Remember, that's a big number. We look at this Aussie, it lagged today. And the stock market closing pretty much very strong. I'm a little nervous like this. This has lost some of its luster. Tell you what, though. If we can ever make a run for 104.50, oh, baby, to the moon. But, we did have this outside candle. It still does look good. I still think we're going higher. I still think we're going to do a Fibonacci. But, again, my problem is I don't know if this number is going to be good. 104.75 and then 105.50, right around there. And remember, Australia does a tremendous amount of trade with China. So if that number's weak, that could mean China demand weak, and then the whole negative feedback loop, and futures go down. Hello. So that's a big number. $3.02 billion they're looking for there. Business confidence, too. Same time, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We still have EcoFin meetings coming out. We still maybe have something. I don't think so. It's going to be mid-December for the resolution on this whole situation. They can't make up their minds. And like I said before, Germany, they're idiots. Germany, it's almost like they want this thing to go on because then they get a weaker currency. And their exports are cheaper and cheaper. It's a joke. The Deutschmark will be trading at double par. The Euro's trading at 137.75. It'd be a 2.0, people. And German exports would be a lot more expensive. As they should be. Hello. Get manufacturing production out of London supposed to be up 0.2%. Industrial production supposed to be up 0.1%. Canadian, Carney, Bank of Canada governor speaking. We get Jordan also speaking out of the SNB. So there's lots of talk here. That's at 4:40 a.m. Eastern. But I'll tell you, look at this Aussie. It's made a big run. It's made a big pullback. If there's going to be a year-end rally, people, this thing is going to tell us. Now, with the S&Ps rallying so much in the afternoon in the U.S. session, this thing couldn't even rally. I mean, a bloody joke. Yeah, it came back, and I know it was much lower, but still. Gold was up big today. Gold closing $17.96. Commodity currencies sucked. If you told me gold was up like this, stock market reversed to being up, I would have told you dollar Canada, par 50. 80.50 on Kiwi. 104.50 on Aussie. Easy. So we'll see. Oh, you know what? Dave, man, you're definitely getting one of those for that while I'm recording. WTF, man. On the U.S. side, really not much besides the Canadian housing starts. We do get IBD. Kasha Lakota speaking on the FOMC. Plaza speaking also. That's pretty much it. Obviously, the market's moving on any little big move with Europe, anything good or bad. So watch the headlines for that. Other than that, we'll take a look at the stock market. But, the correlation, certainly not working today. Doesn't mean we're not going to play catch up. So when we take a look at this dollar index again, it's flagging. You can make a case that it tried to break out and failed today. But you could also make the case it's pennant. Pull, flag, ready to pull up again. I still think I'm not so sure. Listen, you're talking to a major bear. I'm scared to be bearish. I'm scared to be bearish because all of a sudden I wake up one day and they figured it out. They came up with a solution. You walk in, the euro's trading at 142. I don't know. Price line down $12. Earnings came out better than expected. $9.95 a share. Holy crap. Oh, it's down $27 now. Collapsing. Selling the news. But, in looking at this, that's what stops are for. That's true. Listen, we have people saying it's not going to be solid for 2 years, Jonaker, today. So, believe me, I'm a bear. I'm just so freaking scared of a year-end rally, you have no idea. I've been crushed in my trading career on year-end rallies that I decided to go against. So maybe that's why. Normally, I'd be so freaking bearish. But you know what? The European crisis continues to get worse. Not better, not worse, but not better. Worse, but not terrible. But it's definitely not getting better. Yet the markets are going up. What would happen if something good happened? Scary, isn't it? So again, look at this dollar index. Maybe they break it out and reverse it. But again, we closed below 76.50, 76.40. Look out below. And, we got to take a look at the S&Ps. I know you folks mostly trade foreign exchange, but you got to look at this. Now, again, we looked at the Aussie. Remember, the Aussie needs to get up to 104.30 to be in the same spot. S&Ps are outperforming the Aussie dollar. Interesting, huh? Well, something's got to give. So far, the Aussie has been right. So far. But in looking at this S&P chart, the daily chart, this looks like it wants to go. Run. Go up. Certainly my 1330, which I've been talking about for a long time. I'm not the only one. 1320 in that zone. Yada, yada, yada. But I just, without a real solution, I'm not sure it's going to get figured out. You look at this euro. That is not a very good looking chart. I want to be short the euro and long commodity currencies. That's my play. So euro Aussie. I just don't, without any good news, I can't see getting long this thing. They just cut rates for crying out loud. See? I love the timing of the beep sometimes. News release. RBNZ consults on Basel III capital adequacy reforms. I want to read this. If you remember, JP Morgan's crying like a baby that their capital requirements, if they have to go into Basel III, is not competitive for the U.S. banks. Reserve Bank of New Zealand is proposing to adopt most of Basel III proposals into its standards. That's a good thing. So we look at this euro. And it doesn't look great to me. So looking at this euro dollar, unless we clear 139, Cordell, even 138.75, it's a short. But if we can clear that, we got a nice little gap to go to 141. I mean, they collapsed this thing on the stupid Greek referendum. I mean, this was 650 pips. You would think we're going to snap back. Some sort of a Fibonacci retracement. We're already through the first one. So I think 140 should be, easily in the cards. I don't want to fight this, people. And you get this Euro Swiss breaking out again. I mean, look at this thing. It's gone. This thing is gone like the wind. You talk about good-looking charts and focusing your capital on good. This is good. I can't believe SocGen report today saying 125 on this thing. This is gone. I mean, look at this. And, you want to do your Fibonacci retracement of long term. We love you long time. You go back to here. Sorry. Uncalled for. 130. From 159 down to par. You're talking about 130 at the 50% retracement. This looks like it's a go. And it's not like we're overpaying for it. It was higher at one point. So I got to tell you, this looks gorgeous. And anyone who's short this is running for cover. Duck and cover. We're going to 125 tonight. Swiss franc, sell across the board. Absolutely. Technically, the best looking charts out there right now. Pound Swiss, long. Dollar Swiss, long. Euro yen, going nowhere. And remember, people, check out my webinar on forexnews.com. It's a great webinar on trading the stock market and currencies, commodity currencies in particular, high yielders. I also spoke about the formula as far as understanding how euro sterling came up with, in a sense of if euro sterling goes up, well, what does that do to pound dollar and euro dollar? It's a great webinar. Check it out. forexnews.com. And again, try my product. 1 week free trial, people. And I got some advertisers now. I'm actually making money selling advertising on my site. I can't believe it. Oh, baby. If you'd like to advertise something on my site, feel free to email me, info@globalfxllc.com. That's the main parent company. I'll get to it. Euro sterling, though, looks like it's going to collapse. Look at this. Falling off a cliff. Every time it's come down here, it's had a nice bounce. Now it's flagging. It can't bounce. That means it's a sell. Short it across the board, baby. Euro Canada, I love it short. I'm back to loving it short. Enough already. It might not make my channel line. I don't care. Sell. Absolutely. How this is even up at these levels is beyond me. Look at this. In the last year, this is the high of the range. I know it fell off a cliff. That was back in 2010. We're almost done with 2011, for crying out loud. This thing is ready to fall off a cliff. Easy, 135. Easy. 400 pips. Take it. Dollar yen, nowhere. Like I said, I would like to have seen dollar yen sell off already. And I have to say, I'm a little disappointed. And you would think the new BOJ, well, Gimrich. You would think maybe the BOJ is going to do something different this time. But 77.50 would be a zone I'd be looking to buy. 10 exponential, 77.60, around there. But certainly, if you're a bull on dollar yen, you definitely want to take notice of the fact that it hasn't come right back down. It has held. That's bullish. On the bear side, it really hasn't gone up much. Got to 79.50, but then that's it. Nowhere. Here's for you, Ronnie boy. Dollar Canada. With gold breaking out, continuing to go higher. Daily chart, dollar Canada. It looks good. I think it comes back down to par 50. I think we have a pullback here, but it's flagging. Ranging from the big bounce. Any close above 102 is very bullish. Very bullish. Again, remember, my premium service. You get me in the chat room 3.5 hours a day. My premium people are seeing this live right now. They get to ask questions. You get research. You get premium twits. 24 hours a day. Not all the time, but, I can send them 24 hours a day if I want to. Look at this one. Dollar Swiss looks gorgeous. Got to get long. These are blue horseshoe trades here. I know they're a little higher. And we're going to buy the pullback. We're not chasing this. No way. Pound Swiss. Gone. Now, what's interesting about this one, right? This one took out the highs. Euro Swiss. Dollar Swiss. Have not. Right? I mean, you want to start trading some of the other ones, I guess. Aussie Swiss. And look at this Aussie Swiss. This one looks gorgeous. To the moon. Look at that one. Taking out highs. Closing. New closing high. Ooh, Cordell, that looks good. How about New Zealand Swiss? That's going to look pretty damn good, too. Hello. Actually, it doesn't. I don't trade this. I've never traded New Zealand Swiss franc. Never. Aussie Swiss? Never. And I've been trading foreign exchange for 10 years. Holy crap. I don't give up. Oh, baby. Cable. Cable still looks good to me. Again, cable's got to close below 159. We pull back nicely. Yeah, Swiss yen. We pull back nicely. You can take a look at Swiss yen. Because he's right. Swiss yen is definitely some mover. I still can't believe that thing was 108. I want to cry. This move was sick. Swiss yen does look terrible. Nice short. Again, I really don't trade that. I trade Euro Swiss. I trade Pound Swiss. I trade Dollar Swiss. Pound Swiss the least. I like it. Pound Aussie. I'm nervous. Look at this thing. I mean, this stock market was up today. This thing should have been collapsing. Gold was up today. This thing should have been coming in. Something's up. Something doesn't make sense. Something strange. Even pound Kiwi. All these freaking dojis, man. It's getting pretty toppy. I still love it short. I got hurt in it. Not today. Still, it's unchanged. Big freaking deal. Everyone look at this sterling yen. I see reports. Everyone talking sterling yen. Sterling yen's days are pretty much over. Unless you get dollar yen ripping. But certainly a big, listen, it's rallied 1,000 pips. It has rallied 1,000 pips. No doubt about it. Aussie. Back to the Aussie. So, right, we saw the Aussie and we saw the S&P. They look pretty close, don't they? Let's take a look. Now, again, remember, if you have any questions, you can always email me. Hello. Look at the S&P. Lockstep, baby. So, if we get the S&Ps to break out, I would think 104.50. Hello. If not 105.50. Hello. So that's why I think we continue to buy on pullback. Maybe we get a little weaker trade balance number tonight, and then we buy it. New Zealand, I still love it because this Aussie Kiwi, you take a look. Look, it's still closing well, and we're getting bullish engulfing, and I think we got to par 80-50 easy. Look at my Aussie Kiwi. Listen, this one from a macro standpoint is a short. Why? Because New Zealand might raise rates and Australia just lowered rates. This thing just went from 125 to 131. Hello. Anyone there? Sell. It did hit my spot of 132.50, but it's still rolling over. Good levels, certainly for a swing trade down to 125. Oh, baby. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to email me at info, at global FX. Well, let's take a look at gold, by the way. globalfxradio.com. Look at that gold move. Looks delicious. And if we take out the Fibonacci, oh boy, to the moon. So you take a look at this. This is bullish. We are now way above the 61.8%, the golden retracement. This thing's going up big. You got to get long. They're printing euros, people. Andrew Spanton, Global Markets Radio, the only voice you'll ever need, who truly loves to make you money. Team, I'll see you back at 5 o'clock.